light?
Yeah. Oh.
Cool. How's it going, everybody? I'm Jared Poirier, the founder of Galaxy Design. You're watching the Galaxy Design channel, and this month I'm going to be interviewing some of my clients, and the first one that I'm interviewing, I think this is going to be one of the best videos, guys. We are here with Karate Mark Zilva. We're in the beautiful studio right now, Zilva Martial Arts and Sciences. That's right. And we've got a bit of a class going on right now, but I just want to tell you guys a little bit about Mark's awesome business here and a little bit of his background and stuff like that, if that's cool with you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sweet. All right, so let's get into it. Just let the people know a little bit about yourself, how you got started in martial arts, I guess, is a good place to start.
Wow. Well, how I fell in love with martial arts was obviously watching the Karate Kid, the old ninja movies, playing video games all the time. Yeah, that's what I just fell in love with martial arts because it made a little guy like me have a voice, have some strength.
Nice.
And just over the years, just loved it. Trained every day of the week. That's all I did. Instead of going to the park and hanging out with the boys, I went to the martial arts school where the older people...
probably saved a lot of money, a lot of beer money doing that.
It was funny, actually. I got my first beer when I was 14 when
Wow.
the adults took me to the pub.
Crazy.
They were responsible. We were responsible back then. As long as they took... I don't know if I'm saying the right... But yeah, so and then it was just fun hanging out with adults. I was a young kid and they just took me under their wing, and then over the years just training, and then opened a school in 1999. When I was 19.
Oh wow! So it was that long ago.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I've been training since I would seriously train since 1993.
Cool. So this guy's been a business owner ever since I was 9 years old. I can't say I was making a lot of money in 1999. It wasn't the best year for me back then, but hopefully.
Hey, the newspaper, man. The newspaper route was good.
The newspaper route can be
Sunday
a good one.
Sun. That was my newspaper route.
Yeah. Cool, man. So that gets into transitions really well into the next thing that I want to talk about. So going from just being someone who was like passionate about martial arts, being into martial arts, having like an obsession with it as a kid, looking up to all of those like martial arts people that people know. Your Jackie Chan's and all of that type of stuff.
Exactly.
The Drunken Master.
That was my favorite movie.
It's a good movie, man. Great fights in that movie. So yeah, what was it that made you really want to get to the next level, take it a little bit more seriously, and open up your own studio? Like what really made that transition happen?
Well, it was interesting because I didn't know I was good at it. It was just something that was always there.
Yeah.
My parents were pushing me to, get an education, do other stuff, especially back then. I was saying to my parents I was going to open up a martial arts school. They're like, nobody pays for that. Where we're from, I was born in Sri Lanka, so basically it was always just a neighborhood teacher would just teach you for free if you liked to.
Right.
So
if you thought you had potential.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I tried other jobs. I worked in a factory. I was actually a trust specialist at CIBC.
Wow, nice.
I went up there. Of course, my dad helped you, but we won't talk about that. But yeah, and then I just realized, you know what? I'm going to do what I've always been there, which is like artists. They never really realize that's the job that they like, and then just my life molded into that, and boom! I'm good at martial arts. Let's do this.
That's very interesting, man, and a very similar like story to mine. Kind of a bit of a wavy path getting to where you're going, but at the same time taking everything that you're learning along the way. And I think that's a point that people really need to take away, is that like everything that you're doing in your life, everything that you're doing in your career ultimately is going to be helping you. And if you have that passion, you can bring all of your experience to it eventually, right? And that's how it plays out.
It's a thing that you're not trying to do. It's
right.
Something that you're just doing. And that was the key. Everybody always said, oh, martial arts is, but it never clued in I never clued at the time to making my career. But then after a while, it was my career. I was teaching for the school boards, I was teaching for the city, I was teaching for all the different teachers, and I was like, hey, why don't I just open up my own school?
Right.
And they all helped me, and my hobby became my career.
Nice.
Which is nice.
And that community of people coming to help you once you had made all of those connections and stuff like that.
Yes, I always say
builds up that
old
network.
friends are better than old friends are better than new friends, and when you
cool.
develop that long-term relationships, it's just fun.
Right. So you ran your own studio then, and then eventually moved to Toronto and started the studio that we're standing in right now?
Right. Well, my first studio was in North York, up by
cool.
The fun neighborhood, which I call home. It's basically the Jane and Finch corridor there. That's where I grew up. That's why I loved it. That was my first school, because everybody, when I was growing up, I was always the kid running from my house to catch the bus, and all the neighbors just saw this kid just grow, carrying all the martial arts gear. And then when I opened up the school, they're like, "Hey, you're the kid that used to run by me."
Right.
And that's why I was always late, because I was watching Ninja Turtles, and then my
Oh man, I was late for a lot of stuff because I was watching Ninja Turtles too.
And that's why.
Definitely relate to that.
Exactly. It's a fun memory of mine, and that's how it is. It's just I don't know what to say. just that's how it was. It's just big.
Yeah. So tell us a bit about the studio that you have now. What goes on here in the Academy of Martial Arts and Sciences?
Well, we teach. I practiced for a long time. I still do Goju Karate from Okinawa.
Sweet.
And then Taekwondo, and then Kubudo, which is ancient weaponry.
Wow.
And those are my three specialties. So that's what I teach now. I combine it. Teaching kids, it's much easier teaching Taekwondo because everybody likes to kick, punch, and yell loud.
Yeah,
Why
I
not?
saw some of it earlier. The kids got to grab the other kids by the head and throw them into the mat and stuff. That's helpful.
The high belts.
Yeah.
It is helpful. Well,
the trained kids.
Well, exactly. Well, the thing is, we don't create, we don't have an anti-bullying system. We just create kids who just don't get bullied.
That's right.
That's the key.
Yeah.
Build strong kids, build strong adults.
Yeah, very true, man. Very true. And that's definitely one of the big parts of fitness and training and all of that type of stuff. Like, people think it's just about the body sometimes, right? Like, I gotta do this training so I'll have this physique and I can post these pictures on Instagram and I'll look hot, I'll get a lot of likes.
It's a big part
but,
of it.
it's not all about that though. It's part of it, but it's also about what's up here, right?
Yeah.
It's the mind, the discipline, and all that type of stuff.
A big saying also, coachable kids are employable kids. If your child is used to somebody being hard on them, then they'll get used to that.
Yeah.
And they'll develop the necessary tools to handle that pressure and stress when they get older, when nobody's around there to hold their hand.
Very true, man.
And that's why our school is known for, I'd like to say the school of hard knocks.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I like.
Well,
the old school.
That's good, man, because life isn't easy, right? Like, when you really get out here into reality, people aren't doing you a lot of favors if they don't prepare you for it, right?
That's exactly it.
Yeah, so that's one thing that is awesome. Transitioning from that, speaking of getting people prepared for things, I want to talk a little bit about some of the work that I've done with you.
Yes.
So just while I'm talking, there'll be some little B-roll coming over, showing you guys all the stuff that I did for Mark. The first thing I did for you, I think, was
my huge summer camp.
Yeah.
So if you come to me to learn to kick and punch, no problem. Mm-hmm. Jared, he knows how to do everything else that I don't do, which is computer work, graphic design,
cameras,
and he also tells me to shut up sometimes and go, "This is the better way," which I like. He's my coach when it comes to advertising and providing all the graphic needs for my school. And I'm sure you'll show them some of the.
Yeah, we've got the door decal that I did for you. We have a nice sign that I did for putting outside, really getting some of that street traffic in here. You've got a really beautiful spot right on College, and you got to take advantage of that storefront, right?
Definitely big time, better exposure.
Yeah. And then what else did I do? Oh, these lovely things over here that advertise the belt program and the birthdays and all of that type of stuff. So honestly, it's pretty cool coming in here, man, and seeing my work up, and I feel a little bit at home when I come into the studio.
Well, no, I got to say big thanks because you took what was in my mind and put it onto paper, which is hard to do.
Yeah, and, get that vision realized.
And that's why, I'm not trying to blow sunshine, but that's what's nice about it because you do listen to the client, and then you show your expertise by doing what I couldn't say.
Yeah,
and that's what I appreciate about it.
Well, one thing that I like to do, a lot of people will kind of take this approach of just selling all the time and doing the work and moving on, and just kind of being in that mindset of just how can I make that next get that next payment or whatever, do that next project. For me, it's always been more about like getting to know the client, getting to know what's actually going to work for them. Even like, and it's huge for me because I get to learn about like your business, how your business works. And it's all different, right? My business works, the way I advertise is completely different. Stuff that works for you because you have a storefront location is totally different than what works for me, right? Predominantly I'm doing like online advertising, whereas you're doing a lot of actually still print, which not a lot of people are
it's
doing
basically
anymore.
Literally dealing with people face to face.
It's still
first
face to face business.
Which is what I like. Like that's where I'm comfortable with. And that's,
Yeah, that's why I do so many videos, so I can get out from behind my desk all the time and actually talk to people face to face. You know, it definitely helps. And then another thing that I kind of was thinking about just as I was brainstorming about the type of marketing that you do, and you mentioned earlier that you do a lot of classes with like kids and stuff like that, and how you've done like the print stuff, the sleepover forums and stuff like that really fit in with what the parents are already used to, right? And I think that's like, that seems so obvious to you, but to me that's like almost a form of like marketing genius, is like what are your, when you think about your customers, right? Think about like what kind of process are they already used to following, and then make it easy for them to do it, right? You want to like remove any hurdle of like them supporting your business, and you just make it as easy. And for you, if you had like an online forum, it would actually make it harder, I think, right?
Yeah, well that's the thing, that's what was nice about working with you and your company, is that you didn't try to sell me the cookie cutter, quick sale, make the buck and then move on. And that's why I continue to work with you, because, you know, I'm a little demanding. Go figure.
You have a vision.
I have a vision.
And you like it, and like it seen through.
Well, yeah, and I also like the personal touch.
Yeah, nice.
I don't want to talk to you on the phone. I don't want to send an email. I want to talk to you so you understand. And then when you came to the space, you're like, yeah, let's do the wood design. These things, jigsaw, you know, and you MacGyver it basically into my business, which is what I appreciate.
Yeah,
and that's why I like it.
Fitting it in, it's something.
And if he doesn't, I'll put him in a headlock. No.
And if I don't get it right, I'm going right in that headlock. So yeah, I think like kind of the lesson that you can take from all of that, and I really appreciate you saying all of those nice things about me, but the lesson for the audience really is keeping that open mind and taking an approach that's tailor fit to
the personal touch.
Yeah, what your customers ultimately need, right? And realizing that it's not always about you when you're working for other people, when you're providing a service. It's like mostly about them, right?
Yes,
so
it has to be.
Yeah, for sure, man. So anything else that you want to talk about? Anything that the people out there need to know? Where can they follow you?
They can follow me at on Instagram at Zilva's Martial Arts. Or
You
Mark
post
Zilva.
like once a month or something? No, I'm kidding.
No, I'm getting better now. I'm posting
better.
once a week now.
You're doing better.
Well, the link will be in his. He knows how to do that
I'll put
stuff.
those links.
He'll put the links
they'll be
in.
down there. But you can follow Mark on Instagram. You've got the website up, I believe.
I do. It's karatemark.com. But all of that doesn't matter, because if you want to learn martial arts, you got to get through the door.
That is true, which is right here on beautiful College Street.
896.
896.
College, yeah.
896 College Street, right in beautiful downtown Toronto. Mark,
Thank
this
you.
has been wonderful.
Cheers.
Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
And thank you so much to you guys, my lovely subscribers, my lovely viewers. I don't know why I got angry at them. I was like, thank you.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. And if you want more of this stuff, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you next week. Cool, man.
Is this my good side?
Is that a good sign?